Good afternoon, good evening, this is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Today, I want to get into the response that Warner Bros. Disney gave Star Wars Theory. And this clears up a few things. Here it is. Star Wars Theory, first of all, states that it is not Lucasfilms that's making the claim, it is Disney. Furthermore, Disney is not giving Lucasfilms any of the money. Disney is keeping the money for themselves. So now let's get into the actual claim. So the claim was for the music, and what I've been saying for quite a little while now is that YouTube is getting very strict on music because I myself get a lot of claims on music, but as you guys can see, people use video clips all over and those seem to be okay. But music is under fire right now. And what they said is they own the rights to the composition, quote unquote. So, he did not use the exact music from Star Wars, however, he used a tune that was so close, they legally can say, we own that. For example, if I write a song and I have a Beatles riff in the song, I can be taken to court and I can be sued. And this has actually happened in the case of George Harrison with My Sweet Lord, is a smaller band sued him for using the riff in My Sweet Lord, and they won. It's not that George Harrison used the exact chords and notes, but he used a riff that was so close, it sounded close enough, and he lost the case. That's what Warner Bros. Is saying, so from a legal standpoint, they do have the rights. But I don't want anyone to make any mistakes. I am not defending Disney. I am not saying they should have done this, and I think it's a little bit scummy that they did this, but from a legal standpoint, they have an argument. That's something that's not an opinion. That's how it is. So, moving forward, he says what the deal was in the first place with asking them about making this thing. First, he asked them, can I get crowdfunded? Meaning, can he let his subscribers, can he let, maybe website promotion, anybody help him fund the movie? They said, no, you can't crowdfund this because we don't want you making money off it. And he made it anyway with his own money, as we know. So this is, again, where it feels scummy that they're taking money from him because he's pretty small time in the scope of everything that's out there, and Disney's one of the largest entertainment companies in the world, if not the largest. I don't know the exact size of it, but now they're making money off him, and that's the scuzzy part. Another funny thing that I really gotta touch upon here is that Disney told him, since it's not actually Star Wars, that they don't want him making any money because they need to make money off things that are actually Star Wars. I think with the exact words, actually Star Wars. So, Luke Skywalker, Milk and the Titty Monster, Rose Tico, Holdo, all that stuff, that's actually Star Wars. Little nauseating, I know. It's a little nauseating to keep talking about this stuff, but it's important. Because we're not just fighting, some bad movie. This is, what's happening in society now. This is just not good in the entertainment business, so we're kind of fighting on the side of peace in a way. Something else he touches upon that I want to pitch my opinion in on is what he says about George Lucas, and he reminds everybody that George Lucas was all for fan films. George Lucas mostly wanted fans to enjoy Star Wars, and I'm sure there's some mixed feelings on Lucas because ultimately he did sell Star Wars, but he would probably not have been doing this. He probably would have just given Star Wars Theory his blessing. I don't know, maybe even like given him a little comment or quote on Twitter or something, say good job. Who knows? But I think it's a good safe bet that George Lucas would not be doing this. And this brings us to the boycott. Now, we know there's some kind of Episode 9 boycott building in the same way people are going to boycott Solo. And for me personally, before this event, I was thinking, I'm going to give them one last chance. If the movie is good, I'll probably see it if we hear from reliable sources. For example, World Class Bullshitters, John Talks. Well, he probably won't see it either, but anyway, Doomcocks, you get the drift. Doomcocks, it's Doomcock, it's one cock, sorry. Anyway, you get the drift. If I hear from well-trusted sources and friends the movie was good, and they're putting their reputation on the line, saying it's good, I would consider seeing it. But now that this happened, now this kind of changes things. I mean, now it's getting really hard for me to justify supporting anything by Disney. And I say Disney because Disney owns Lucasfilms and ultimately they are responsible for Lucasfilms' actions. They could at least put out a disclaimer that they don't agree with things Lucasfilms is doing if Disney is really not the bad guy here. Like you see TV shows like The Late Night Show or comedy skits a lot of times put, these opinions do not reflect the opinions of NBC or whatever network that the show is running on. So Disney could put out a statement when Rian Johnson or Brie Larson, aka Captain Marvel, says something racist or whatever in the media. Well, these opinions do not reflect those of Disney in the article or something like that. But they don't. They say nothing. So I have to assume they're condoning it and agree to a certain extent if they're going to keep completely silent on the matter. And Bob Iger has had a chance to talk. He is the face of Disney. He could say something too. He doesn't. He stays way too silent on these things, so I'm blaming Disney for now. I of course blame Lucasfilms, but more so on the creative end. Disney gets away with that, but it's kind of like 50-50 for me. And this brings us to episode 2 for Vader. And probably what I've been saying here is that this can only help him. I mean, just because Disney's getting money off of it doesn't necessarily mean he's losing anything, because he wasn't making anything in the first place. All this could do is it can encourage people to support him more. No, he can't make money off those specific Vader fan film videos, but he does have a Patreon, and he does have t-shirts, and I think this will encourage people to buy stuff from him more. I know I will. I'm probably going to get his Patreon. I'm not right now. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. I'm going to have to support at some point. I'm very busy, which is another reason I'm making these slideshows. But enough about that. Point is, he's going to get even more supported because of this. So you guys let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm going to end this one here. Thank you to all new subscribers, and if you're listening to this point and you are new here, please click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I will see you next time.